So for those that don't know, we're speaking with Heidi. She's the fiance of the late Timothy Reed that passed away 3 months ago. And you were saying that prior to you meeting him, you were in San Andres, you worked on cruise ships, you went all around the world. You mentioned you went to France, and then, you met Timothy, and he asked you not to work, right?
hmm hmm
Right.
So since Timothy passed away, I've received a lot of commentaries. I have seen a lot of things. People stalking me on my Instagram, my Facebook, LinkedIn.
Wow.
People just watching, giving bad commentaries. Um, I received a call from the consulate asking me to give up Timothy personal stuff, his clothes, shoes, and I think that have no value for nobody but me because his things are just how he leave it, how I had it in the closet. I haven't touched anything. I have it there because it's just something that I cannot do away with right now.
Of course, it's sentimental value.
Yeah,
Now,
it doesn't have no economical value because his clothes and his shoes is something that was worn. But for me, it have a big value. It's something I cannot just discard like that. I have it there. I have his sunshades, his reading glasses, his perfume, his skin cream. I haven't touched anything since. As people will say, well, they didn't live that amount of time for she to be attached, but I was really attached to Timothy. So people talking like if I was just he's a woman he just met. I see people even right like it was sexual tourism, which is real disrespectful. Not for me, but for him because he wasn't in that plan.
mhm.
He came to Colombia. He was trying to make a living. He wasn't looking for no just sex because if it was by that we were living together.
I just want to rewind a little bit. You mentioned that you are being harassed, and can you talk a little bit about that?
They had a guy, a YouTuber named DC Rob. He get in contact with me several times. I used to write him. We used to talk. He asked me for an interview. I gave it to him, and then after that, my life became a living hell. This man stalked me. He used my name. He was calling my name in every time he could. I don't know. He is up now. I don't know until when. He said I didn't answer Timothy family when they were asking me to help them with any situation, which was lie because I have Timothy's phone. None of them are right. None of his children call. None of them give any information. None of them ask for any information. So I took the initiative and write one of her son. I said to him, I'm really sorry of what happened. No one said nothing to me, blah, blah, blah. I really explained all the situation. I said, I've been harassed by DC Rob. I saw your mom give commentaries about me on an interview she had with this guy. And I'm really uncomfortable with it because I don't see the reason why she should be talking about me. I don't have the necessity to give her any information because she and your dad were divorced 11 years ago.
Okay, so you're saying that Timothy Reed, he was separated from his ex-wife for 11 years, right?
Yes.
She reached out to you, but the children didn't reach out to you, and basically, she was on someone else's channel talking about you. And that's
Yeah.
okay. And when you say you
Yeah.
feel harassed, is it because just to play, devil's advocate, you gave someone else an interview, so you had a rapport with that person, but that person you said was calling you over and over and over and
He was sending message. I feel it was harsh. I'm giving you one last opportunity, Heidi, for you to speak up and say what you got to say. That's the way he was writing me and telling me things. He was just looking for public in his YouTube channel. He's not doing this for a goodwill or from his heart. He have second intentions in it, and I told him that.
and when was the last time you two spoke?
No, I haven't spoke to him anymore. I write him once, and I told him, please stop. sending people to the building because he tells people, go and check and see that the building is there. Suppose one of the times, one of the opportunities, someone come and do my kids or do me something here.
Excuse you.
Because of him.
You said someone came to do something to you at the building.
No, I said, suppose while he is telling them to come and check the building, someone decide to do something to us.
I understand. Now,
because of him saying that.
So right now, who is living on the property? Based on the videos that we saw, he purchased the property. It was the apartment upstairs, the restaurant.
It was 3 apartments. Only one is used, and it's the one that I was living with Timothy in.
Right.
And the local downstairs, the people that are still working in their local, they haven't moved out.
Okay, so the people downstairs that had the restaurant that were getting kind of kicked.
They're still there.
They're still there, and you're still in the apartment upstairs.
Yeah.
Now, do you know, before he passed, he was trying to purchase the property, so the sale didn't go through, or is that something?
The sale went through.
The sale went through.
It went through. Yes, it went through. People see people talking, and even Rob said I was an opportunist. Give me 1 second, please.
Yeah, sure.
Said I was an opportunist because I'm living here. It's not an opportunist. I was living with him. I didn't move in yesterday or moving when Timothy died. I came here to this apartment with him. I was living with him before he moved to this one.
Right. So one apartment you live with him, the other one was the business, and then there's another apartment.
Okay. They have 2 apartments, this unoccupied, and the one I'm living in.
Two apartments unoccupied, and 1 apartment that you're living in.
And then they have the local downstairs.
Oh, so that's 3 apartments plus a business.
Yeah.
So in hindsight, that was a good deal.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad deal. I mean, it was good because he could have tenants. Right. And he had the local downstairs where he could make his food and sell his stuff.
Now, Las Palmas, this is the neighborhood that you're in, right?
Yeah.
If you could go back prior to everything happening, would you have wanted maybe moving to San Andres or another area in Colombia would have been better? Or do you feel like that area is considered a little dangerous, no?
I'm going to be sincere. I didn't know about this area until we came here and see it. Timothy was the one who get in contact with the people to buy the house and everything. People said I knew about it. I didn't know. He was the one make everything. Right. He did his process. He do everything. All I do is follow him and accompany him. I don't know Barranquilla as well. Whenever I'm leaving anywhere, I have to catch a taxi from here, go anywhere because I don't know to catch a bus. Now,
recently I saw you. You got a beautiful tattoo of Timothy Reed on your arm, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you tell us about that?
I made it in May. I think it's the best way to honor and, feel proud of Timothy and all he done for me and the kids the time we were together. I love that tattoo. And I will never regret of making it because that's a man I love.
And you find it unfair that people are saying comments when they don't know.
No one knows. No one knows anything. Even this guy, DC Robin, Timothy's ex-wife, I don't know, they were talking about his ex-fiancée here in Colombia, said like, I am the side chick because he was engaged with someone else. They break up before I know him.
Okay, so he had a fiancée prior to you in Colombia?
Yeah. And he had a fiancée. Yeah, the 2020 he arrived to Colombia because he was coming to meet his fiancée.
And did she live in Barranquilla as well?
No.
Okay.
I don't know where she's from.
And he was buried in Colombia or in the United States?
No, I buried him here in Colombia.
Oh, he was buried in Colombia.
Yeah, on the 23rd of April.
Yeah. Get closer to the phone so I can hear you better.
Yeah, my parents were here. And then we, with my sister, only four of us went to the funeral. I was expecting his family to say, well, get a cold room and put him in there until one of us can get over and be there for the funeral.
Mm-hmm.
I set up everything so we could do it by Zoom. I was really disappointed because when I at least we Caribbean people feel our loss. I don't know if everybody's the same like us, but I see these people like cold, like it wasn't a funeral. There was assisting to, like, it was a family reunion or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I was so sad that day.
So you're saying that you did the funeral in Colombia and you had a Zoom with his family that's in the United States.
Mm-hmm. From a few weeks ago, I received a call from some attorney in Medellin.
Yeah.
I think DC Rob get these people for them. And they called me like weeks ago asking me for this and that. I tell them, no, I have to get assistance before I give you any information or anything. So I asked some lawyers. And yesterday they had a meeting. They talk about it. And I feel like in these days you will hear DC Rob talking about what we talk with the lawyers.
Okay, so just to back up a little bit, just to be fair, do you feel like maybe he got the lawyer to help the family? Because
Of course, yeah.
I'm sorry?
I'm sure. I'm sure.
Okay. And he got the lawyer so that maybe...
And before you think, you will hear DC Rob talking about the meeting we had with the lawyers, because that's his intention. He even said, soon I will be on the road where I deserve to be, in one of his videos.
He said that you deserve to be on the road?
Yeah, soon, because he said they have advance and they have a lot of things going through, and soon they will hear I will be on the streets of where I belong. I don't know what is his intention behind this. I don't know why he want to see me that way, but Tim didn't meet me on the road. I wasn't on the streets, and I always work. And pay shelter. If I don't have a house for my own, call my own. But if I have to pay rent for my children and for me to live, I do it. So it wouldn't be the first time. So I don't know what he's talking about. I'm not going on a road or no street. I work. I always work. I never depend on no one for nothing. Yeah.
So you're saying that the lawyer he got is basically for you to get out of the property so that his family could take the property?
Yeah, the lawyers, they said, when I told them that I'm not, I don't have, that I have to ask for a lawyer, they say, anyway, we are talking to the one that sold Mr. Timothy the house. So we are making all the paperwork for his heirs to get what belongs to them. And as soon as we have everything in order, we will give you advice so that you can move out and get out the building.
And
no problem.
How do you feel about that?
No, look, this is not mine. This property is not mine. I didn't buy this. I was with Timothy when he acquired it, yes. I walk up and down, so in the sun, in taxi, going to banks, making diligences, waiting for him, stop working, because I stopped work when I was with Timothy. But this is not my property. This belongs to Timothy Revell Reed. I'm not going to fight for nothing. I'm telling people I'm not fighting. But I don't want the man that sell the property because they didn't finish paperwork. So I don't want this fall back in his hands.
So earlier you said the sale went through, but the paperwork is not completed?
Is not completed because Timothy died before.
Okay. So this is complicated.
It's real complicated. I mean, people saying I had to do with it, and that's the reason How come? We weren't married, so I have no rights to nothing. So I want to know why people talking just because they have mouth. It shouldn't be that way. Don't judge. I haven't moved out of this place yet because Timothy is the one who brought me here. I didn't move in alone. Let these children come and take over the property. I'm gonna move out. I'm not fighting no one. I'm not doing no one anything. To the contrary, the apartments that are unoccupied, they're still receiving their bills, and I'm the one paying the bills for these apartments. Light, water, and gas. It's not nothing much, but I'm the one paying it out of my pocket, out of my salary every month.
Is there something else you would like to say to, you're saying that the consulate reached out to you, lawyers reached out to you. This is a mess.
I'm telling you, this is just disgusting. I'm telling you, I haven't breathed properly. I feel abused. People calling my name, saying things about me. I have children.
Of course. I hope I had nothing to do with that. Since the beginning, me and you, we spoke.
No. And I thank you for being so respectful. But you have people don't have consideration. I'm telling you, it's not easy. I've never been in a situation like this before.
I want to ask you something. This is something I saw in the comments, okay? So I don't want to be distasteful, It's just I see this over and over and over, and some people, they don't understand. They've never been in this situation, so they don't know how they would react in a situation where a spouse or a partner would be laying there bleeding. They mentioned the fact that in the last interview you were saying how you went out, you heard the shots, okay? You saw Timothy laying there, and then you said something about you went back inside, take a shower, and went back outside. So they said that how could that happen where you have someone laying there?
Listen to me. When I hear the shots, I run downstairs. I even leave on the water, running in the kitchen. The house get flooded. Mm-hmm. My children had to dry up everything and take up and disconnect every electronic device here. I crossed the street. I was in pajamas, barefooted. That's what people don't understand. I didn't even had on a bra.
Mm-hmm.
I went over the street. Timothy was bleeding out. They called the ambulance. I asked for help. When the ambulance came, Timothy passed away.
My God.
That's when I came over, just jump in the bathroom, throw some water on my skin, put on a bra, put on a pants, a blouse, because I didn't have on no appropriate clothes to be outside. And I attend the police because the police was here. That's the reason why I had to shower. I get up my bed, was cleaning house, doing stuff. When I hear the shots, I was in pajamas. But it wasn't because of the heat. It was because I was in pajamas. I was almost naked. I didn't have on a bra. I was barefooted. And the police, they were asking questions. All I had to do is I'm telling you, I didn't even scrub my skin. I just jump in, throw some water on my skin, jump out and put on something so that I could. They were asking me questions. I have to give them all information. They searched his phone, searched my phones because they was thinking about extortion or something like that. I couldn't be around the police like this in pajama.
So they searched your phone and searched his phone?
Of course.
My question,
because people saying that he was getting extorted. Why?
They might think that's because, he bought the properties.
No. Timothy wasn't getting no calls for nothing.
But I didn't know that. I didn't know that when you came out. I thought he passed away already because where he got shot.
He was there, bleeding out. He was lying on the street. I was pulling him, calling him, touching him. Desperation.
Yeah.
And someone come and touch him, say, he's alive. Some police come, turn in the road where he was lying in, follow the bikes where the guys was on. The ambulance came, and when the guy from the ambulance came and take his pulse, Timothy was already dead. No one could do anything. Timothy lied there and bleed out.
Where did he
Two
receive the
shots in
bullets?
his face. Hmm?
2 shots in
Two
his
shots
face?
in his face. Yeah.
My
One
God.
over his right eye and one on his left cheek.
He got 2 shots.
2 shots.
I don't want to put you through this whole thing again.
I'm just waiting to see if they catch who did this, because until now, nothing have been said.
So no
I'm just
investigations,
waiting.
nothing.
Yeah, investigations. I've heard they have video, they have things like that, but like the neighbors who saw don't want to say.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people scare. I don't know if what they're scared of. If nobody gonna call the name, I wouldn't know who see or who say. But they should just speak up. It's somebody's life they took away, and who did it is outside there still. You don't know who else they can do or what else they can do. You know.
And you know, it's they took a picture of the man. There was a picture of Timothy like minutes before he passed, right? Who took that picture?
That picture was from the neighbor. Where we live, they have a house across the street where Timothy was sitting in front. He was sitting and giving his back to the house. They took the picture of Timothy. I don't know with which intention. When I asked the police, they say because probably it's just for security because they never see the person over there before. So they don't know what
Right.
intention the person was sitting there with, which I don't see. Because if the person have a bench, if the person was just standing there looking in the house, I say probably they will feel insecure. But he was sitting there with his back turned to the house. Why you should take a pic on a man that way?
He was vulnerable. Nobody else.
Yeah. So I want to know which security they were talking about or which fear they had. I mean, I don't understand the reason why you should take a pic on a man sitting somewhere and from the back. I don't have it clear as yet.
Well, you know, time will tell. Hopefully, this investigation goes further, and they find out who did this.
Every night I ask God for this. If I don't want anything else, that's the only thing I want for these people to pay for what they did.
Well, on that note, Heidi, thank you, and God is great, and
All the time.
all the time.
Thank you so much. Thank you for just respect my feelings, for keeping in touch and asking about my children and myself. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a great day, Heidi.
Likewise. Bye-bye.